Here we go. We are about a minute away from kickoff. Cut it fine for today's streamer. We are a minute away from kickoff on the Valencia versus Newcastle United game. We're just watching the players come out now. The game is using La Liga ball, as expected. Just seen on the stream. The game is airing on Newcastle United's channel. If you're not watching it, you can watch along with me if you so choose to. Would love it if you do. This is only the first or second time I've done one of these watch-alongs. This one already looks a bit different to the last one, so you'll have to bear with me as I try to learn to do these as we go. It's still quite a new channel, so yeah, looking forward to watching the game with you. It's Matthias Geisler's first game as well, so he's named interesting team. Hornacek starts, definitely our number one now. I just realised looking at this that Pope is not even on the bench, actually, looking at the lineup, so don't know what that means in the long run. But no, saying that, neither is Joen, so um, maybe we can't read anything into it. And obviously fullbacks are not here really. Livermento's injured, Hall's gone home as well, and so it'll be interesting to see how we shape up today. And most importantly, Chow is our captain for the game today. There's already rumours that Chow will be the captain going into the season as well. So I'm just going to grab the link for our the pop-out chat, just so we've got it ready for later in the feed. So thank you very much if you are watching. Obviously we're gonna get going on this stream soon. Going to be kickoff coming shortly. I'm hoping I've worn the right top for this game, but it's possible that I haven't. So we'll soon find out when when they come out. But judging on Valencia's setup, then I think that we probably will be in our away shirt, but we will soon find out. So please leave comments in the chat box. I've been asked if I'm showing the game. No, I obviously don't want to get my feed cut down 9 louter, sorry. So no, I will not be showing the game on the actual stream, but you can watch along with me. Join me in the comments. Hopefully, if you want to go to Newcastle United's website to see the actual game in flow. So we are looking like we might be a couple of minutes late for kicking off. Or the Newcastle feed has just been absolutely useless, which is quite possible as well, actually. We are at the mercy of Newcastle United's pretty poor, pretty poor coverage during pre-season. So we may lose our stream at some point as well. But as it stands, we are running fine. The feed is running fine as well. So there's a couple of people today um, that I'm looking forward to seeing first. Players look like they're coming out in a moment as well. So as I said, bear with me today. This is a brand new one for me. Trying to get used to the whole setup on here. But for me, the most interesting one is going to be Bamba, who's going to be making his first appearance for Newcastle United tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays. He starts as well, which is interesting. It's going to be really exciting to see how he gets on today. So I'm really excited for his first appearance, and I think also one of the big ones for us today as well will be Mr. Matthias Geisler, our manager. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what he's got to go today as well. So one to watch, and he'll stay as our one to watch for the next going. Ray Robert says, hopefully Voltemada is up front instead of attacking midfield. So yeah, touch wood. That's the hope. I could be playing in the 10. I've seen a lot of people who think that the 10 role might suit Voltemada in Geisler's new setup, but we'll find out soon, I guess. Don't forget to drop some comments in. Chaos Donkey, not Chaos Donkey. Says hopefully Bamba has a good solid game. Agreed with you on that one. Um, I think he will. He's been sort of settling in, hasn't he, to the whole setup. So yeah, I don't think we've got any concerns in that regard. They've taken their time with him. So touch wood, he's going to settle in well for this one. So if you see any tech difficulties on the screen with this, guys, just bear with today. I am still just trying to get used to the whole setup I got on here. Streaming live is a new thing for me. I did one for the Gateshead game, and then I did a test run earlier in the week for just for a live stream, and then I accidentally muted my mic for three or 4 minutes. So bear with me, and we'll see how we get on in this. The players are out. Cow is just exchanging the little flag that they do. So I have got the shirt wrong for today's game. We are in the home shirt, so that's been an excuse to wear this little delightful shirt though. So I'm breaking my sort of superstition already, which is slightly worrying because I normally will wear the right shirt at the start. So just hit the comments. I've been asked where can we watch the match. The match is available on newcastleunited.com. You do have to pay for it though, but you can get a pass, which will get you all the games. And we've got Everton in midweek, as well as some other big games. There's Yisler. And has it kicked off for erosion? No, it has not. They are just swapping ends, actually. You don't see this very often nowadays, but they are swapping ends. And Rob Nicholson asks who is captain. As you can see on the screen, hopefully it's not too small for you. It is Malik Chow is our captain. So picked ahead of Botman, who some people thought could have the armband. That is a strong endorsement of Chow, I think, based on who's on the pitch right now. Crabman, I am watching it on newcastleunited.com. So I'm not sure right now, 'cause I've only got commentary in one ear and I'm talking over it, but players are all at the centre circle right now. I don't know if the music is for an anthem or is there a tribute going on? I don't know if I've missed it. Ray Rubbridge talking about Bruno. Yeah, we'll talk about Bruno probably a fair bit throughout this stream. So we did get good money for him, nearly 29. Arsenal will probably get 2 good years out of him. Um, Rumor is that the 75 million deal is much less than what they actually did pay for him, and so we'll see. We'll see. But Newcastle trying to hold the fee details from the public because we obviously have add-ons and such involved, and Leon are owed some profits. So I think the club are trying to keep the fee. I think the initial fee will be a little less, just but we'll make it more through the add-ons, just so we don't have to pay Leon as much as we. I think it was Leon he came from, wasn't it? So our one to watch is going to be Yisler today. Kick off. So we're kicking off a little late. So the wife won't be happy that I'm going to be on here for even longer. But start of the season, guys. We are, a couple of games into pre-season. The EFL season kicked off this weekend as well. So there's been already some big games in the Carabao Cup, which hopefully will be winning. But we're in action now. So Valencia have kicked off, and we've pressed them straight away. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, one thing we're going to have to remember, guys, throughout this is that this is still pre-season for Geisler. He's only had a week, if that, with the players. There's still going to be an element of fitness involved. This is what our fourth game of pre-season, and we actually had a game for a week and a half. So I don't know how much to expect from this game. Valencia has just been attacking down the right wing there. It's going to The wings are going to be interesting defensively for us because we obviously don't have our main fullbacks playing, which is going to leave those areas as weak. This is why I'm saying that we can't really judge what Geisler's Newcastle is going to look like from this. We're missing some big players today. No Lewis Miley, no Lewis Hall, no Fabian Schär. Although he probably wouldn't start in our sort of starting 11 anyway. I'm not sure where Valencia are within their pre-season training. Don't know if someone wants to maybe let me know. Hornacek just made his first touch as a Newcastle United player as well, kicking it out Nick Pope style, out of touch. Hopefully not an omen. What's to come? So yeah, if someone knows where Valencia are in the comments, let me know, like in the sense of how far into their pre-season they are. It'd be great. Curious to see what the attendance is. I mean, right now the crowd is not full. Valencia just attacked down the left wing, so what would be Lewis Hall's side normally, or Botman has just cleared it, but he's just giving it straight back to Valencia. So what I do wonder this game is how tired the legs are. We keep hearing about the double sessions and how hard it's been for them in all their training this week with the Iceler. So I do wonder if there's going to be some tired legs on that pitch today. But presumably he's going to give runouts to all the players today. I expect we'll see, Wissa, Willock, Joelinton, Stir, Murphy. Oh, oh, I thought Bambo was going to get an own goal then. So Valencia have just switched sides there. The cross has come over from the right to their left. Been a bit of a poor shot, but Bambo kind of deflected it and it went in the air. And from the typical TV angles, you couldn't see where it was going as a result. But the interception from Bambo just then. Or was it Ramsey? It might have been Ramsey actually. I'm watching it on my phone because I didn't charge my iPad. So it's really hard for me to work out, particularly when all these players are playing in a new formation. It's really hard for me to kind of work out who's where because they're little tiny people on my. And it's a goal. What a goal from Valencia. Valencia are winning 1-0. Hornacek has just conceded the very first shot he's faced as a Newcastle United goalkeeper. Um, Not much you could have done about that from the first look, but that is a disappointing start for Newcastle. Waiting for the replay. So it was outside the box, and Valencia, who have been pushing already from the start, got some space and were able to. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. What a shot! So no one closed this down, and I wonder if it was Voltemada who didn't close down because from outside it's a left foot and it's curling in. I mean, Hornacek really is not going to be expecting to face that in the first. That's mad. Yeah, that was after 4 minutes. We're in the 6th minute now, and it is 1-0 to Valencia. But it's not the end of the world. That was a good shot. I mean, you think a bit of what I saw Geisler talking about in training videos where you could hear him telling the players that he just wants a tackle to be made or a block. I think what they're going to say here is that he'll be angry that there was no block put in. It was a free shot, and to be fair, what a goal it was though. What a hell of a goal that was. Bamba held. Oh no, it was Ramsey. Ramsey held off. Bamba's held strong there as well. I don't know where Ramsey's playing because he's deep and he's deep and then he's making the run up suddenly. So he's up and down. Marder losing the ball there. Anyone else in the comments then? Anyone watching the game? Great goal for anyone who's just joined. Valencia scored in I think it was the 4th minute. A fantastic shot. Hornacek probably couldn't do anything about it, to be honest. I mean, I did think it was going wide at first, like further into the corner. Here we go. Osula's in. Oh, Osula's hit the side netting. I thought he was going to bury it. He's gone near post. I didn't see who it was who put the through ball for him. Osula had the defender done. We're just seeing the replay now. Yeah, a lovely ball to Osula. He's gone near post when really, you have to look at the angle. He probably should have gone for the far post. I think if he goes to the far post, he scores that. But he went near post and he hit the side netting. I thought that was going to be 1-1. But no, as it stands, it is still 1-0 to Valencia. Already we're seeing there's potential goals in this game, though. Potentially goals in this game. If you're watching this stream, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with my content. As just started towards the end of last season with this channel, so still finding my voice. Barnes is cutting in. Oh no, he's gone wide. It's going to be a goal kick or a corner. Goal kick. I saw there clapping. So yeah, just only a few months into this channel really. So this new season will be our first full season um, since got going on this. But please subscribe so you can come along the journey. I'm not a rage beta. I don't farm for engagement. You're not going to get me just saying stuff to antagonize, and I'm not a hater. I'm quite level-headed. So if you just want to listen to a Newcastle supporter who doesn't think it's all doom and gloom and also doesn't think everything's fantastic, and then please engage with my channel. I'll be very grateful. How there were the fouls. I mean, a couple of fouls early on, which I guess is good. It's shown a bit of intensity from us, but I mean, that was sloppy. So there have been a couple of questions in the comments about how to watch the game. The game is on Newcastle United's website. So go to newcastleunited.com and you can stream the game on there. It's nice atmosphere in the stadium. I've got it playing in one ear in my AirPods. Lots of tech going on around me right now. I've got a laptop, a monitor, a phone, a light, headphones, AirPods. There's an awful lot going on for me right now. For those of you who are just joining in now, it is 1-0 to Valencia. They scored a fantastic goal in the 4th minute from outside, and they're just in that area now. Lovely tackle from, I can't see who it was. It might have been Ramsey again. Bamber carrying the ball around. Neil Grant says, nice to hear you on here. Good luck with the channel. No swearing though, please. My son is watching on here and I've subscribed for him. That's a good point. I have been guilty. Oh, here we go. Oh, Sula caught on the edge of the box. Newcastle with some good football around that. That high press is definitely evident in this first game. But yeah, I have been guilty on some of my live streams recently of dropping a few F-bombs. But we are pre-watershed. So Elanga, 1-0. Get in, Elanga. Is it? Ah, I think it's offside. Ah, I thought that was a goal. Was he offside? No, he wasn't. He was not offside. There was a defender further up the pitch playing him onside. The referee assistant has got that wrong. Anthony Elanga was onside for that goal. It should have been a goal. He was onside. That's really frustrating. Should have been a goal. It should be 1-1. But the linesman's got that wrong. And so anyone who's always talking about hating VAR and such, I think people forget how awful it was to watch football games before. I know there's a frustration with VAR, but honestly, the decision making from like linesmen, I still call them linesmen, lineswoman, whatever they may be. But I mean, that right there, first 10 minutes of the game, we've had a goal disallowed incorrectly for an alleged offside. It would have been a goal. That would have stood. with VAR, that would have been a goal. So since the goal, Newcastle have been on top of the game, really. Does feel precarious, though. I'm a bit nervous watching this. We are playing it around the back right now, and Hornacek feels comfortable to be spreading it, which is great. And we are passing this nicely. The Valencia press is on. You just feel like if we can break this press, which Hornacek has just gone with a nice, lovely long. Yeah. Voltemada's just lost the ball again. He needs to be stronger because there's a lot of eyes on Voltemada. There we go. Voltemada, I said that. He's played in Elanga. Elanga's running through. Oh, he's played the ball across. Maybe it was all he could do. Maybe it was all he could do. But you wanted him to have a shot. But Voltemada, as I was just saying, needs to be stronger. He just did exactly what we want to see from him, which was a nice through ball for Elanga. So Voltemada is definitely not playing up front. I would have said he's playing in a 10, but he's been quite deep. So maybe he's not. But Asula's the out and out striker here. But that's twice now Elanga has been fed through. So starting to see some patterns of play. I remember Eddie Howe could not get anything out of Elanga last season when we were playing teams who was sitting back. But we go again. Back with Elanga. This could be Elanga's season. I'm telling you, I'm feeling really confident about him. Bamba's spreading the ball. Yeah, it wasn't a great one from Bamba. It wasn't a great one. Bamba there, the third game. So hopefully we have some photos of him running around in the kit, which we can use after this game. But so far, Bamba has been easing his way into it, I think. Hasn't been fantastic, but hasn't been poor. Elanga started really brightly though. I think that has to be said. So's Ramsey. Been really happy with Ramsey. Hornacek's distribution. I mean, listen, Hornacek could not have done anything about that goal. That came down to poor pressing from from Voldemado actually. And they just shown that replay again where I think he's playing across the Barnes. I think it is. I can't see who was sliding in, but keeper managed to get a hand out to stop the ball going across the 6-yard box. But there's some good attacking football. Definitely utilising Elanga. Benfica looking for free kicks for absolutely everything. So, um, like I said earlier, I'm not sure where. I can't multitask. I'm not going to check until we be half time, but I'm not sure how many games Valencia have had in their pre-season so far. So I don't know if they're ahead of us or behind us or what. But we have had a few chances. I would probably say we've had 3 clear chances and maybe should have scored all 3. One of them we did score, but the referee's assistant wrongly called it offside. So Asula should have scored, but he hit the side net in. And then Elanga, just after having his goal disallowed, um, put a ball across the 6-yard box, which maybe he could have shot. I don't know. But either way, the keeper managed to get an outstretched hand to stop the ball going through the Barnes. So it's been a good 15 minutes so far. Can't see the formation really. It looks like a 4. It's changing obviously when we're in possession and out. So I can't tell if it's a 4-1-2. Oh, 4-4. Can't see. Maybe it's a 4-2-1-3-1. I can't. 2-1. Sorry, I can't. One thing that is becoming very evident, and I'm assuming this will be a Isla instruction, but we are being very quick in transition. So when we're getting that ball off Valencia, we were very quickly getting forward, and we're on them straight away, pressing them high. This is like watching Eddie's Newcastle in his first year or two. As I said earlier in the stream, though, we shouldn't put too much onto this game. This isn't it's not an official game for Yisler. It won't count on his stats or anything like that. So it's just a pre-season friendly where he can get a look at some of the players, and these players will not, probably a lot of them, if any of them, will not get full games either. Looking at the bench, though, I do wonder if Hornacek will get the full game. The player Voltman's done more running in this game. I think he did all last season. The amount of miscommunication with our players there. That was Chow and Hornacek. Hornacek came out to catch the ball, I think, maybe even punch it, and Chow just stepped in and made the header instead. So these are little things. That's what preseason's for. Iron these things out. Get the defense talking to each other. They just replayed that goal again. It's frustrating because I've been blaming Voltemade for not closing him down, but it could well be that Ramsey didn't do it. I need to see an angle that's not the stylish angle of the goal, just so I can kind of see clearly where everyone should have been. Coverage of the game, the footage itself, it seems much better than Gateshead games and such. So don't know if it's our team doing it or if we're jumping on Valencia's own coverage or not, but um, good coverage. If you're watching, it's on newcastleunited.com. It's a good stream. 4-4-1-1 out of possession from the looks of it. Oh, we got very, very lucky then. So the left winger, I think it is, I'm not sure, for Valencia, was given far too much time when the ball came to him just inside the box. He was able to, he dummied it, cut in for his right foot. The shot may have been stopped by Hornacek, but it took a block from Botman instead. But that could have gone anywhere from Botman, and luckily went over the crossbar. So it looks like a good block, but actually that could have gone in. He didn't know a whole lot about that. Could be another own goal for Botman. Maybe he's just got to stop doing these blocks so blindly. Valencia haven't done anything with the corner yet. You know what, Valencia do look dangerous when they are on the attack, though. We look a bit, our shape isn't quite there. Out of possession, and we look a little bit. I guess the players, it's new from right. Eddie's had them play in the exact same way for so long with their formations and such that it's going to take them a while to get used to where they're meant to be when they have the ball and when they don't have the ball. So, but I'm liking Voltemado looked hungry, defending well enough for me, but getting all sorry, pardon me, getting all over the picture of Voltemado. Definitely seems to be playing in a 10 when we're attacking, but when we're defending, he's dropping back deep. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed already. We've gained about 9 new subscribers so far. We've only been had the feed going for 30 minutes, so thank you very much. Don't forget to like the video as well if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button. Join me for the season ahead. I've got some ideas on how to make these live streams better, how we're gonna maybe I'm going to do a bit of fantasy football in there as well, and just talk about the season. I'm just waiting for the season to really get going. Um, We've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow for us when we play Liverpool in that first game. But lucky for us, really, that Liverpool have got a new manager as well, because that's going to be a quite a first game for old Geisler, particularly as we're not going to probably have all of our new signings bedded in yet. But it's worth pointing out for this as well, even though we've named a strong team, it's not our first team. Midfield and attack, you could maybe say that we will start Premier League games with this team, but I don't know. I feel like for me, it's Wisser ahead of Asula right now. Wisser would have scored that chance that Asula had earlier, I think. But defensively, Pivas, I don't know how you say his name, but I thought he was a centre back, wasn't he? But he must be playing at left back, I'm guessing. So we're playing, we are playing some players out of position. Hornchek's first game with us with his defence as well. So I think realistically, although you want all these goalkeepers to get some minutes and stuff, I think if you're Eisler and Hornacek's your number one, and he's going to be, I can't imagine we bought him if he's not going to be, but he needs to get used to playing with these players. So I don't think you can give games to Pope or anyone if he's not going to be number one. If Hornacek's number one, Hornacek has to play to get used to playing with this defense. So he's going to have to play every game. Leave some comments, guys, if you got any questions. If you're not able to watch, I will be happy to try and answer anything. We'll have a chat at half time as well about things that are going on at Newcastle. We lost our captain today as well, which was a shame for us, or Bruno. But I've put my feelings on my channel in two videos actually. I recorded two videos about Bruno's departure, one a short and one a bit longer. We go again. I don't know where Shaha is, but he's been caught out on that. There we go. He's made the block now, but that's twice now that the Valencia midfielder is just completely free on the left side. We need to get the next goal really just to keep this as a good competition. Those long balls forward. Oh, Barnes, what a touch. Oh, close. Barnes wants the corner, but he's not been given it from the looks of it. The bowling for you to vote on, which is, are you excited for the Matthias Geisler era to begin? So I'm hoping it's a yes from everyone. I'm excited for it, certainly. Oh no. Oh, Botman again. Was that Botman? Yeah, it was. Keeper's coming out. So Hornacek probably hasn't called for it or whatnot, but Botman's put his head on it, and that's fine. He's a defender getting rid of it. But he has completely taken his keeper out of it, and he's knocked it back. So luckily it's gone wide because Hornacek was out of his goal completely coming for it. Now, if Hornacek's not calling for it, then that's a whole other issue, which they're going to have to resolve. But that's almost a second own goal from Botman. He's lucky. He's lucky he hasn't got two to his name. But that one was worse than the first one. That was shocking. He's just play. It's like the block and the header. He's just doing it blind. Ping has asked, "What do I think about Captain Chow?" To be honest, I wouldn't have thought if you told me in the summer that Malik Chow was going to be our captain going into the new season, I would have been really surprised because I've never seen evidence that he's like a really vocal player on the pitch. But it's harder to see now, isn't it? Isn't it? Because they're banned from talking to the referees and things when there's a dispute. So yeah, maybe it's right. I've hearing from all the reports from journalists and such that Chow is really stepping up now that a few of our so-called leaders have left. So yeah, I'm all for that. And Chow's a young player, so if we can do something that's going to keep him involved with the club as well and not want to leave us. I know our other captain has very quickly left us the first moment he's had a chance, but yeah, anything that'll keep Chow engaged with us. So we are trying to play it out from the back, and it is working. We've just broken the press now. Oh, another through ball. Malanga gone to Asua. There's no one across the 6 yard. There we go. Oh, I mean, As- Asula looked like he was wiped out on the edge of the box then. It would have been a penalty if it was given. I'd have to see a replay. He seemed to go down quite naturally, and he stayed down as well. So he hasn't gone back to help defend. So I don't know if he's still down. But Ping, what do you think? How do you feel about Captain Chow? Do you think that he's the right pick for us? Will he be main choice? Barnes. I don't think Neil Grant says should have made Barnes like that. I just don't think Barnes played enough for that. I don't think he will play enough. So the poll, wow, I'm a bit surprised at the results on this. It's 69% saying yes, they are excited for the Matthias Geisler era to begin, which means that it's 31% of you say no. So a bit of negativity in the old comments right now. JRM88 says I'm not excited about nothing at the moment. The only time I will get a bit excited is if we get any exciting players. That's when I'll be a bit happy. Our team is quite depressing right now. It's a joke. Well, we're all entitled to our opinions on the squad right now. We haven't signed any big names, but I mean, apart from Trippier, we didn't do that either when we survived relegation, and that summer after, where we went for the Champions League. Botman, when we signed in, he wasn't a well-known name. We signed Chris Wood to help us get goals. We didn't get many of them. Who else did we sign? Bruno, but Bruno was not a well-known player when we bought him in. So there's nothing to say that the squad we're putting together isn't going to be an exciting one. So I think that just because someone hasn't got a sexy name or hasn't got 60 million, I don't think it necessarily means the squad's in bad shape. It's not finished though. It's not ready. So um, send a water delivered to me. Thank you very much. Cheers. Um, and now the dog's come to say hello. So I don't know if there he goes. He's fine. Hang on. All right. I'll get him on camera first before he runs out. There we go. Little Newcastle supporter. Yeah. What was I going to say? What was that? Where was I? I'm not even sure. Um, yeah, Nick Pope was well known. So Pope and Trippier, who were two older English players, the rest of them weren't big names. So I David Heyman says that Bruno and Botman were very well known. I personally disagree. I know Botman he was an exciting young defender, but I don't think he wasn't a well known player. He wasn't what I mean by that well known. I mean a household name. Same with Bruno. A lot of people did not know who Bruno was until he basically was linked to us. On captaincy, Ping says, I wanted someone older with more leadership, like Joe Linton or Babin Share, honestly, but they're not starting every game, so reasonable and a great pick. Yeah, that's a really reasonable outlook on it as well. Ping, I think that Joe Linton definitely, it was Ramsey and Voltemada on that goal. They just shown the goal again, it was a screamer. It was a screamer. Frustrating that no one closed him down. But if you look in with the team and you talk about and you're trying to like show them how we need to improve and stuff. That one's easy. You know, you're just looking at where was someone closing it down. It's what people need to know their jobs. Um, but yeah, on Joe Linton and Cher, Joe Linton in particular, he is a leader on the pitch. Doesn't necessarily maybe need the armband, but yeah, he's not going to start enough. I think unless the if the captain's not Cow, I think there's a case to be said that our captain would be someone who's not going to play every game, which would be interesting. We could find ourselves in a position that we were in when Lascelles was club captain. I think was the title they gave him, and then team captain was I think Bruno was it. But I know Trippier was going to do that before. But essentially, whenever Lascelles did come on, he got the armband. But actually, the real captain was Bruno and Trippier before. So maybe we'll have a similar situation now. Maybe that's going to be Dan Burn. Maybe Dan Burn will be the club captain, but maybe it'll be Malik Shah will be the team captain. We have stopped for a few minutes. I'm not sure what for, if it's hydration or something. Isolate is disagreeing with one of the officials. I personally think about the goal. Hornacek is definitely looking to play the ball more with his feet than Pope, and I think that it's going to take our defence a while to get used to that. And the linesman's just done I think a header off the back of his head. The linesman has headed the ball. That's how bad the long ball was from from Newcastle defence, where it actually hit the linesman on the head whilst the linesman was running away. Um, Neil Grant reckons that Shearer should have taken over. He knows Newcastle like the back of his hand. My only concern with Shearer taking over is that last time when he was actually involved in the game still, he took us down. So Newcastle had picked up a throw in just by the corner flag. Shahar showing a lot of energy actually in this game. Big opportunity for him. We've got a manager who is known for pushing youth talent. So these are the kind of games where he really wants to go his best self, really. I think what we have to be patient with this game is that these are players who have been playing under the same manager for the last 5 years. It's going to take some time for him to get used to what. It's back killing me in this chair. I've been sat in it for hours, getting all the assets ready for this feed on the screen because I wasn't happy with how it looked last time. I spent ages on it, hours this week doing it. Uh, yeah, my back's killing me in the chair. Very sleepy slowpoke. I'm not sure what me sleepy or or the team as a whole. I'm sleepy. It's not nearly 9 o'clock in the UK, so yeah, tired man. JRMA8 says Bruno, Trips, Tonali, Gordon, Howe, all gone within weeks of each other. Oh, okay, it's kicking off. I'm going to try and give you some commentary here. Elanga's down. The Newcastle players and Valencia players have been pulled apart. The subs are involved. So the referee's trying to get order here. It wasn't on screen. This I think for replays, but Elanga's down. Joe Linton's involved. This must have been a preseason friendly. This is kicking off right now. How this will be his first real moment as a captain. Let's see. The ball's gone to Elanga. Oh, that's a nasty tackle. And the Newcastle bench have just come straight onto the pitch. That was a dangerous tackle. That was a dangerous tackle. Yeah. It was far away, so I couldn't. It's not been close enough to see if it was two-footed, but it was late. It looked like it was out of control. And if there was VAR involved in this game, which again, the goal that was disallowed for Newcastle would have been allowed if VAR was involved because it was not offside. But I have a feeling, without seeing this up close, I have a feeling that this Valencia player has got very lucky, and if VAR was involved, he would be on at least could be looking at a red. Would have been a booking if the ref had seen it, which I don't think he did. But quite what booking it would have been is unsure. Jackson Wilson says, "Come on, Joe." Yeah, Joe was in. He was in amongst it straight away. It's interesting. You can tell it's pre-season because the players entered the pitch, which if they did that in a match, be a lot of trouble. Yeah, but they're on there straight away. Geisler didn't, but his coaches were involved straight away, and that's great because this is a new team, right? Oh no, they are. They've just oh no, called stretcher for Elanga. He's going off on a stretcher. Anthony Elanga, pre-season, and he's just been taken out, and he's now gone off on a stretcher. Away, dirty Adiana 48. Happy birthday. Away. Yeah, this nasty. And do you know what? The fact he's gone off on the stretcher when he's that close to the end of the pitch anyway is a worry. Got his face covered his face. All of our attacks have gone through Elanga as well. That is a concern. Just lost Elanga. Yeah, Ping's right. It does look like we need a new right winger now. The fact he went off on a stretcher is a concern. Wasn't a sub. Sorry, wasn't a sub. Wasn't walked off. He's gone off on a stretcher. The tackle was bad. We haven't seen a close up. I don't think there is a close up because it's just a preseason game. But it was a nasty tackle. And doesn't even. I mean, I don't even know if there's been a card issued. But Chow is still talking to the referee. Why has he been sent off? No, he hasn't been sent off. Oh, is he off? I think maybe. I think there had been a red card. I can't tell if. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it looks like the Valencia player has been sent off. Yeah, so Ping's confirmed it for me. Sorry, I'm watching on a stream that is not. If you watch NewcastleUnited.com, the coverage is not as good. So yeah, it looks like a red card happened. It was off camera. So 1-0 to Valencia, but they are down to 10 men. Anthony Alanga has gone off on a stretcher from the tackle that led to the red card. So this hopefully help us actually, because with some tired legs playing against 10 men will probably help us a bit, but not ideal that we're losing because Valencia might just want to practice sitting back now. Alanga, if that is a serious injury, that is such a blow though. That'll be such a blow for us. Um, he's been a man on a mission, I think, since from the start of the World Cup. Murphy is on now. The ball's been delivered in. It's not. Been a lot of stoppage in this game. That and there was, I don't know if it's a hydration break or something. I don't know what's gone on. On silent. So I've got to get my substitutions to mark up. I'm still learning all the Oh, good save from Hornacek. Sorry, trying to multitask then as I was going. So Valencia broke through, found nice and loud for them. Reception there from it was Chivas or yeah. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like on this video, by the way, if you want to keep feeding me. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, trying to get my substitutions to show for you guys, and I am not having much joy. Oh, it's because the one's showing on my screen. It's just making them appear anywhere at once, right? Right, there we go. Get that on the right part of the screen. There we go. So we lost Elanga already to injury. For anyone who's just tuning in now, it is 1-0 to Valencia. Newcastle have probably had at least 3 chances to score. One goal was disallowed incorrectly for offside. And then Elanga has gone off on a stretcher after a really nasty tackle that led to a red card for Valencia. And Newcastle are on the attack now. I don't know if people can see it on social media if there's footage of that cross again, straight to keeper. Um, don't know if it's on better footage of it on Twitter or anywhere that foul. But yeah, it didn't look nice. I mean, the Langer going off on a stretcher wasn't ideal. I'd like to think that it was just them being um what's the word, just being safe. But Elanga did have his face. He had covered his face with his shirt, so don't know. It's almost half time. I will carry on through half time. I'll be just randomly answering any questions you may have about Newcastle and chatting about our poll right now is 85% of you are excited for the Matthias Eisler era to begin. Begin it has. I mean, I don't think it really starts until we're in the Premier League, doesn't it? These are, oh, there's no one, there's been a few crosses going in, and unfortunately, Sula is always behind the keeper and he's not attacking the front post. Really, he needs to be in front because all the crosses are going in front. The keeper's been able to, is cleaning them up. It's 5 minutes of added on time. It's gonna be a game that never ends. This one has already started late. Because I'm watching the game on my phone, I can't see what is the consensus is online with this game. But I think I've seen enough. What I've seen is a team who are trying to get used to knowing where they're meant to be, at different times in the game, and different, when they're defending, where should they be? When in their transition, where should they be? And that's gonna take some practice. This manager's only had a few days with them and hasn't had match time with them, so it could be good. Brandon Newcastle said cautious. I'm hoping it was cautious. Cautious was the word. Yeah, sorry, Brandon, you're right. Cautious. That was the word I was was looking for. I couldn't for the life of me think what was the word I was going for, but yeah, cautious was the one. They wouldn't really utilize the extra man too much, which I think in pre-season, I guess you don't really, because you're not fighting for any points. But to be fair, Brandon, when I'm just doing all the talking, words, just the simplest of words, it's me. But no, thank you. With cautious, I was trying to say. So if you're going to try and Brandon's referring to me not knowing what word I was trying to say, when I was wondering if we were being cautious in putting Elanga on a stretcher to take him out. Lambert got getting some minutes in. Nothing impressive so far. It's annoying that we're 1-0 down because the goal actually, um, I don't know, yeah, they had pressure for a couple of minutes, but they've not really threatened us since then. So that's been frustrating because we've had more clear-cut chances than them. It wasn't an easy chance for them. They just scored a really good goal. Um, you know, it was a good finish. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up. It's probably floating around online. It was a great goal they scored, and Murphy has just given the ball away and has created an attack. So Valencia are coming down there right. Hard to tell what our shape is meant to be looking at this, but yeah, Murphy just unnecessarily gave that away. Ramsey's been really slick on the ball. I think this is going to be a big season for Ramsey. People need to get involved in the game more, I think. And so my feed has just over a minute to go for half time. So I don't think, and it's not looking likely we're going to get a goal in that time. But we'll have to see. I see this game now, given it's a pre-season game. Quite a lot of people there. I'd be curious to know what the attendance is. Are they looking better than in the last two games? So um, it's hard to say because the opposition is better. Palmer's mum, and the opposition are better than the last couple of games. So I know we lost the Bristol game quite convincingly, but I thought our performance wasn't bad. About that game, I would probably say maybe it hasn't been better, just because. But I think it's because we're trying some different things. We're setting up slightly different. That is the halftime whistle. We've seen some good things though in the game. But yeah, the that wasn't a great start to the game, which led to the goal. But listen, the goal was out. I've said already, the goal was a brilliant strike. So realistically, it's half time. Let's um, talk about the game a little bit then. So we've got 15 minutes until our time. So let's talk Newcastle stuff, shall we? Comments. Bring up the biggest one. Bruno's a bigger rat than Isak. Or what? That's from Graham McAvoy. Is it? Look at it. Sorry, forget your name wrong on there. No, I don't think so. I think Isak went on strike, and for me, that's unforgivable. Um, and he comments out about broken promise. If everyone forgets the statement he made, they're showing the goal again. on NewcastleUnited.com. It was a fantastic strike, to be fair. A nice curl on it as well. So I'll come back to Bruno now. I'm just watching this goal. Have a finish. Uh, what should be said though, 1-0 half time. Newcastle goal was wrongly disallowed as far as I'm concerned. I didn't have to draw lines to see that Elanga did appear to be still onside, so it should have been allowed. Yeah, everyone forgets. Oh, yeah, he was onside. He was definitely onside. Oh, they're showing a different clip. That's why. Yeah, that was the ball that Elanga played a few minutes later. Elanga was our biggest threat, so the fact he's gone off potentially in tears on a stretcher, that is heartbreaking stuff. That. Um, so yeah, going back to whether or not Bruno's a bigger rat than Isak. The answer is not for me. I'm not happy how Bruno's left his football club. I put it on my channel. There's 2 videos discussing it. I am not happy about how Bruno's gone about this. I think um, it's unprofessional. Getting a super agent. I don't mind Bruno leaving this football club. He wants to win trophies. He's almost 29. He's gone to a club where they are probably going to win more trophies right now. Yeah, they're in a good part of their development. I mean, if you look at their midfield age, though, I think Declan Rice is going to be 27 or is 27. They've got a lot of older players in there as well. They brought in Bruno's older, so you got the little worry I would have if I was Bruno looking at that Arsenal team is that is not a team potentially set up to win trophies long term right now. It's a team maybe for the next year or two, but maybe that's all Bruno cares about. But right now, the age would be a concern for me as an Arsenal fan. I know they got a couple of youngsters coming through, but those youngsters are right now breaking in ahead of. Well, the centre midfield is done now, right? Rice and Bruno that's going to be it. So how are they going to get? How are they even going to get their captain on the pitch? You know. So no, Bruno's not a rat for me. But I don't like how he went about it. I do think he's lost his legend status from how he's behaved. Maybe that'll change. Maybe he'll come back to us as a 34-year-old leg gone player just to seal the deal on his legacy. But yeah, right now, I was angry a little bit with his video that he put out today because he felt unnecessary comment in there about difference of ideas and all that. It just seemed, yeah, I could just seen the red card. He did show the red. Oh, do you know what? The referee showed the red card right as soon as the scuffling started. So the ref did see it. I didn't think he did. So the red card was actually given immediately, but the player just hung around. Wow. And now we've lost a player potentially for a while. And I was actually at the Cardiff City versus Roma game. Um, last week actually, last Saturday, and I saw one of their players go off on a stretcher. It was their first preseason game as well, I think. And the player who's closing down the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper just literally done him. He just sent him basically. He went to go one way, went the other way, and he sent the Roma keeper, but the Roma player. The Roma player went to adjust his body, and I don't know what his injury was, but it looked like he popped his knee. He went down straight away, off on a stretcher, and he's out for the season. That's from a preseason game, so I hope to God that's not the case for Elanga. But given what I saw last week in person again, maybe it could be the case. But no, I think yeah, Bruno's done it, but he's not Isak. I hope Bruno, if he gets booed, that's on him. He's done it himself, um, but he's not Isak. I think we have, even as a club captain, he's not Isak. So I'm just going to hit the comments a bit because I've fallen a bit behind on them. The Parmesan says, I don't like change, but that's the nature of football. I look forward to getting to know these new players. They're quite right. I think this is the problem, Parmesan, is that Newcastle Twitter has become particularly busy over the last couple of years as we've grown a bit more internationally, and Twitter's encourages like just toxic debate. So I think people are more passionate, and more emotionally involved right now than maybe they actually are. And I think that people forget that football's ever changing, right? We've got a badge on this shirt, which is from like 40 years ago, maybe more, so maybe 50. So football is ever changing, but the club stays. So for me, um, this welcomes new players in. There was a Newcastle United before Bruno, before Gordon, before Isak, before Trippier. It didn't always look great, that Newcastle United. but it was still our Newcastle United. It was still us, and we own the bad history as much as we own the good history. And if this next couple of years were bad, then that's us. That's Newcastle United for a few years. But we could be absolutely fantastic. And for me, I want to believe that we're going to be fantastic. I've I've been watching since the middle of the '90s, the Newcastle United, and I've seen I've seen some bad football. I remember them being so embarrassed when Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer started fighting in the pitch. I remember hearing it on Gillette Soccer Saturday, and then I think I must have heard it live on that. And then, but I remember watching the match of the day and the footage on after. It's embarrassing. Been through it all. This is nothing. We've lost some big players. To be honest, to me, it tells me Eddie Howard lost control of that changing room last season, and I can't believe we kept him on. If this many players wanted out and weren't playing for us, I'm gobsmacked that we were going to keep Eddie, because a lot of football clubs, pardon me, a lot of football clubs won't stand by the manager when they got these multi-million-pound assets that are more important to a club than a manager. Unfortunately, it's surprising to me that we appear to have picked the manager over the players in that situation. Mhm. Pardon me. Cryptography says, not at all for me. I think look at the circumstances at the club right now compared to when Isaac left. It's a complete rebuild. Bruno wants to win now. So I'm guessing that's in reference to uh, is Bruno a bigger rat than Isaac? I agree with you. Bruno wants to win trophies now. I don't like how he's left the club. I got no issue with him leaving now. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you would love him to have helped the rebuild. It would have been great if he'd given us one more year. But at this point in his career, one more year is quite an important period in his life. So I get it. I understand it. I just don't like it. I don't think he had to stay just because he's our captain. Captains can leave, but um, but yeah, I wish he'd done it differently. Ping says, where do I think we'll finish this season? Um, Hard one to answer because I need to see us play in competitive football. That's the honest answer. I don't want to guess. My gut tells me we will finish better than we did last season, and depending on how quickly Isla gets his ideas over to the players, then I think we could finish top eight, and I do think European qualification is on. I don't want to go as far as saying Champions League football. I mean, if the fifth spot becomes available again, then we'll be on. If we get as far as the sixth spot, then we could attack it. But for me, the club needs to be aiming for top eight. But that's competitive now. But we don't know how Brighton, Bournemouth, Palace, Sunderland. We don't know how all those teams are going to do with Europe. It could become very not easy, but we could have an easier journey to get to the into that like eighth spot, seventh spot, like an easier run than we would have thought. But I don't want to make any guesses about positions just yet because I think it's I honestly God think it's too hard to tell. If Eddie Howe been here, math. Well, that's my honest answer. Knowing how we played, if Eddie Howe was manager, we'd finish bottom half. Kevin Pryor says, first comment to you, have Newcastle played better? Yeah, so I answered a comment on this earlier, and my gut tells me that we haven't. And I'm only saying that. Realistically, offensively, yes, we probably have played better. Um, but defensively, we've been a little bit sloppy. Botman's lucky not to have two own goals to his name. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I think realistically, you can tell the Hornacek and the centre backs haven't played with each other. That's clear. But I've also liked Hornacek's distribution. He's made a good save. Couldn't have done anything but the goal. So I think defensively, we haven't looked like we're 100% sure where we're meant to be on the pitch. But um, don't, so overall, I don't think it's as good. I mean, it's weird, though. I didn't think we played bad against Bristol City, having been there. I've not watched the game back. We'll go from the scoreline and tell me, oh, we're awful, but I thought we played all right, actually. I thought, we just were completely undone by mistakes, and this is the story of the Eddie Howe era. But yeah, I think that this game is more competitive for us. It's a bit feistier. We are pressing better than we have all pre-season, which is important for how Iceland wants to play. So I would say we've pressed well. We are trying to pass the ball around better, but I just think we've been a bit shaky at the back. So maybe we have played better. I don't know. And we've looked shakier in defence, more shakier in this game than we have in any other game. But that could be down to unsure of their new positions they're going to be in, down to the fact that we're playing two youngsters at left back and right back rather than any sort of senior players, and the fact we've got a new goalkeeper. So we probably would have expected to look shakier at the back. Kev Pry also says, I think Kieran Dyer thinks that altercation with Lee Bowyer was funny. I think we can all look back and laugh about it now, but at the time it was embarrassing for the club. You think what we've been through, losing Bobby, which I never wanted myself as a teenager at the time, and Souness coming in, it was just summed up where we're at, didn't it? JRM88 says, I thought we was told that we were going to be among the biggest clubs in the world and win the league by 2030. We draw in if we can win another cup before 2050. So the statement, maybe backtrack on it slightly now, old Hopkinson, but he wanted to be as a club competing. I think where I've seen the phrase where we want to be the biggest club in the world by 2030, I mean that's crazy. That's never gonna. I was about to swear, but I'm trying to remember. Someone told me not to swear earlier. That's crazy. Um, we're never going to be biggest club in the world by 2030. That won't happen until you said 2050. Biggest club in the world happens then. That's the growth. You got to get the kids buying in now for the next 20 years, and you got to get success, continued success. We can't be the biggest club in the world for another 10, 20 years. Like that's the truth. So we be competitive, which I think is what they're trying to say now, and like they want to be consistently and consistently competing for the top honors. I think is what they're saying now, and then what they mean by that is when they say consistently, they don't just mean oh, we had a fluke season we competed. They want us to be every single year considered one of the favourites for it. I think we could still be there, guys. People are saying we're so far away from it. It's 4 years away, 2030. 4 years ago, we were fighting relegation. Since then, we've been in the Champions League twice. We got to the round of last 16 in the Champions League just gone. We Everyone says we were just a couple of players away after that cup win of having a club that could have done some special stuff, but we lost Isaac and some key players. So that was in the space of 4 years, even three less than that actually, really 3 years when all that was going on. So the idea that we can't be ready in 2030 to compete for the Premier League, that's not it's not wild. It could happen. You'd look at the teams that competed though, like Arsenal, it took them what finishing second two or three times before they won it. Liverpool were doing very similar. But what the difference now is that there's not a team, there is not a Pep Guardiola in this league dominating that top spot. Man City are never going to dominate in the way they did before because there's no manager out there like Pep Guardiola. Arsenal would already have titles by now. Okay, Arne Slot had a fluke season, but that was all the work that Klopp had done, really. So I don't think we can say we can rule out winning the league by 2030. I'm not saying we will, but I think the idea that it's so close, there's no chance. I think we just got to look at our recent history to know that we can. So the players are starting to come back out again. Kev Pryor says I don't want Champions League again at Harmers. Yeah, we're not ready for that at all. I'll try and work out the subs as we go, but this is going to get a bit dicey on the feed now because our defenders are still on there. Hamilton said, when I first started watching 34 years ago, there was loyalty all the way around, but now unfortunately it's all about money. I also preferred it when you didn't know about a sign until it's done. Absolutely right, Palmer's mum. I remember seeing the rumours on the back pages, which is, I guess, is kind of what Twitter is now, but there's so much of it that everyone thinks it's true. Um, I have learnt to not believe anything until you see them with the club, like getting leaked footage walking into the stadium for the training ground for the medical. But yeah, it is all driven by money. I guess you'd rather the players had it than the owners, but definitely loyalty in football is gone now. I mean, Jared Bowen is given 1 year to West Ham, it's fantastic, but apparently he's got a really low um, minimum fee if they don't go up this year. So loyalty when he goes for 1 year with Bowen's case, and he's been seen as a legend for given that year. So you're right. Things is honestly, I'd like Europa or Conference League like better. Winning either of them looks better than round of 16. Yeah, to be honest, Ping, we need to get used to winning trophies. We have to get used to winning trophies. So if that means um, Yeah, if that means winning the Conference League and the Europa, then let's do it. You know, there's teams worse than us in the Premier League who are winning those right now. Torre's ready to come on. Baltimore looks invisible. Will the ice want him to leave? I don't think so. He seems to have had a very dedicated role for him in this game. So I think he's got plans for him. Kev Fryer says, I think Isak lost interest when Newcastle after the cup win. Yes, and I think there's good reason to believe that Isak did not think it was in his interests for us to qualify for the Champions League. And when you watch his performances through that lens, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but it does almost look like Isak was potentially playing at a level that he felt would stop us qualifying for Champions League. Sol Campbell started the disloyalty thing. Yeah, I mean everyone forgets that move to Arsenal from Tottenham, all for money. Get Price sick of all in the nose. Oh, me as well, mate. Me as well. Paul McGregor says it's been bad. It's not been bad, but it's not been great so far. I've got no idea who's come off in this game, by the way. You'll have to help me. And Kate Thorburn says, "Hi, hope Elanga will be okay." Yes, so do I. It was a nasty tackle. It was nasty. Um, so hopefully he will. It won't be anything too serious, but we'll see. I'm just used to the worst now, you know. But yeah, the second half is now underway, and so it's 1-0. We have had substitutions. I will try and make sense of that and try and update my feed as well as I go. So I wrongly put my marker on Wissa for some reason earlier that's saying he was on the pitch, but he wasn't. He is now, I think. But it was Murphy who came on earlier. Who a fan from India. Welcome, NUFC Skills. I love this. I'm a South Wales mag, right? This whole thing, you got to support your local team. Man, if you've got a team that you love and you care about, it don't matter if you're not local to them. Do you know what? You're more of a flipping fan if you can support them from the other side of the world. That's amazing to me. Well done. Love that. Oh, Wisser is on the pitch. I'm guessing he came on for Asula. I don't know. I don't know who'd come on for who, to be honest. Jay said I got more luck winning the lottery than us winning the league by 2030. Never going to happen, trust me. We put ourselves behind by 5 years at least. No big player wants us. That's what big teams has. Problem is we can't pay them. That's the issue. We can't pay them. And right now, big player wages are 200, 300,000 pound, and we can't pay it for a full squad. Shahad's off, and we have a Miley on. I know he's gone. There we go, been help. Which is on for Asula. See, we haven't got the graphic in the way that we do on Sky, and getting four subs at once is not on TV. So this is on for Asula. I gathered that was probably the case. But thank you for that. Asula is off. There's on for Bamba. Bamba, he didn't have a great start, did old Bamba, but still early days for him. I wonder if we will see Willock today. For those of you who've been looking online, rumor is that we have agreed a fee. Oh, Valencia have almost just scored then. Yeah, rumor is that we've agreed a fee for Willock with um, Benfica or Interim. I can't remember, but yeah, I don't know how much truth is in that. But we'll see. Looking how Torre plays because uh, losing a Langa. Oh, you know, there's been a lot of attempts at the through ball. That's a um, definite tactical approach that's been done. So we've got 5 players on there. There we go. I think all my subs up to date. Thanks, Ping, for confirming all of those. NUFC Skills says been a fan since the Rafa era, so that's a good number of years behind him. It must be what, 10 years? Or close to 10 years? 8 years? Is it? No. Yeah, nine, maybe 9 years. Can't remember when he joined us. Kevin Price says, I just wish that Murphy and Willock would sod off. Man United have fans all over the world, as we know. Yeah, so Man United are always going to make money because, oh, lovely. Torre with beat his man and then put a cross in really quickly. Yeah, Murphy and Willock do need to leave this football club now. I wanted Willock gone after he had that argument with Bruno, to be honest, last time. Pope, Willock, Murphy are dead wood to me. Definitely go. I think Pope is probably gone now. Was that Ramsey who missed that ball then? We're 6 minutes into the second half. Missed all of it 'cause I'm trying to work out how to do my sub changes on the screen for you. Uh, but um, but already seen Torre get through a little bit. So that's a good sign for us. Oh, Whistler's just megged the keeper. It's 1-1. I think it could have been played by Torre as well. I missed it because I was busy putting a one to watch on. But Whistler's been on the pitch for 7 minutes now and he just megged the keeper. I want to see this again. Did this come from Torre? Really calm. It's the type of shot that Whistler just basically missed all the time last season. Waiting to see this. Waiting to see this again now. No, it was from the press basically. Yeah, I think can't see who it was that stole the ball for him. Oh, it was a defender. So the defender made a really floppy pass back. I think because he knew Torre was coming behind him, and then Whistler just pounced on it, and then he's just put it through the keeper's legs from the edge of the 6 yard box and right down the middle of the goal. So come on, Palmer's mum, you're right. Come on, game on now. And yeah, we're playing against 10 men, but you know what? Our boys are tired anyway from this week, so probably it's probably more level now. We've been exhausted. Double training sessions been playing. Whistler is. Oh no, who's that? Yeah, it is Whistler. Yeah, I'm struggling. My phone screen is so small, and we have players playing. I'm trying to work out like they're swapping positions. There's basically new. Like if you get used to your team, right, you watch and play, you know exactly who's going to be where on the pitch. But it's different as a new manager. It's the first game, and he's just seeing players are just interchanging in ways that just throw me off every time I look at the screen. So my one to watch right now for this second half, maybe I should have made it Wissa, but I've put Sean Stir on, who I saw him up close last week against Bristol City. Oh, Torre? Torre just grabbed that ball, he just stole it, and he's kept it in. There's some energy. There is some energy in this second half. Valdemar's on the ball. Yeah, Stir looked really good against Bristol City. Those ball in. Oh, Wiss has put it over. Wiss has put it over with the header though. Almost 2 goals in 2 minutes. Johan Wissa. Do you know what? I know people joke about oh, it's like a new signing thing, but if we can get in, oh yeah, I think he was offside possibly anyway, from the looks of it. But Wissa, Voltemada, Langer went off on the stretcher if anyone didn't see it, so don't know about him. But them combined with right now 130 million players, and we're going to spend possibly another 100 million. We could realistically, if we can get those last season's signings going, you could be looking at really injecting 400 to 500 million of players into it this season. Suddenly you're like, okay, yeah, they should have done it last year, but they are like could be like new signings for us. And at that point, then you're like, it's 500 million investment that some of them have started late, really, but it could be fantastic for us. Um, Atletico did a Rob Green, yeah, it wasn't quite as bad, but yeah, he was a nice finish from him. But yeah, saying sorry, Sean Stir, I think he's the one to watch. People who are talking about missing Bruno's, those little sharp cutting through balls he does and stuff like that. I saw Sean Stir try a few of them last week against Bristol City, and watching him up close, I thought it was quite interesting. Everyone seems to think that he might struggle with the physicality of the Premier League, but he's a big boy and he's got a big frame. Torre again, left foot cross from the left. It's nice to have someone on the left who can cross the left foot and isn't trying to cut in all the time. This is going to be a change for us. See it. It's gonna change things for us. Um, right, the poll is probably reached its. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay. So update on Anthony Alanga. Apparently, social media and this from the club or from fans watching are saying that Alanga is walking around, just has bruising on his shin, but the injury is not serious. So Anthony Alanga will be fit soon from the sound of it. Ping says, I think, I mean, Wisser is all over this. This is, wow. We've heard the rumours that Wisser's fitness levels are through the chart since coming back from the World Cup. I can believe it. He's been a menace right now up front. Valencia can't cope with him. He's doing everything everything Asula was not doing in the first half. If you're wondering, if you are Matthias Geisler watching this game and unsure who your number 9 should be, and you're thinking between Asula and Wisser is playing like someone who wants to put himself in the manager's minds. It's Wisser right now. He's looking hungry. We're looking sharp. Passing's been much better. So we're camped outside the penalty box right now of Valencia's penalty box. We're getting crosses in, not great ones, but we are putting crosses in. Let's end that poll then. So are you excited for the Matthias Geisler era? I think it was 86% said yes and 14% said no out of 95 votes. So almost your vote was almost worth 1% each. So that's great. And yeah, everyone's relieved for Alanga. So yeah, I'm obviously hearing it in my AirPods. Um, what they've said, I haven't seen it online. I can't multitask, so I've not got Twitter open on my thing on my computer. But yeah, it sounds like he is walking around just a bit of bruising, which we know is nasty on his shin. Um, so he probably, I would imagine, if it is bruised shin, he won't play against Everton. They won't risk it. But we'll get an update on that. Curious to see what Yisa thinks. I mean, realistically as well, I don't think we're going to be setting up in a Yisler way for a little while. Does anyone else think that? Like, Yisler just wants to see him play football right now. He'll be practicing stuff on the pitch, but I don't think tactically we can really start doing stuff with the players yet. He's still got what, 4 games, 3 games get through. Oh, we got Bristol, we got the 2 weekenders. Not Bristol, Everton. Is it 3 games left then? Yeah, it's got to be three. Okay, 4 though. So thank you to everyone who voted in that poll. The Am I Welsh? Are you worried about Wales's form since Bale retired, and what's their state of play right now? Yeah, I am Welsh. My dad's English. I lived in England for a little while as well. I grew up in Wales, I should say, but I took a job in England um, 10, 12 years ago. So my son was born whilst I lived in England, and so he's English. So oh, Ramsey's just pulled one just wide of the post. We've looked much more threatening, and a lot of this coming, guys, from Wissa is just a menace. I said it again. He's all over him, and it's creating opportunities. Yeah, so I grew up in Wales, moved to England for a year when I was like 29, 30. I had my son whilst I was there, so my son's English. Moved back to Wales, and my son still, even though he was only in England for about probably was not probably 2 months. He considers himself thoroughly English, even though he's Welsh accent and everything. But yeah, so um, am I aware of Wales's form since Bale retired? No, I think really Bale hung on too long anyway with the Welsh national team. We obviously are not what we were in 2016 at the Euros, um, and even then we kind of overplayed, but we had some good players at sort of peaks of their careers at the time. So we will never replace Gareth Bale because I don't say this just as a patriot, but I think that Gareth Bale is one of the greatest footballers to ever live. But um, he's obviously often forgotten about in conversations because he's not one of the sexy names. But I think Gareth Bale's fantastic, but you can never replace him. I think Wales as a team right now, though, it's all a bit disjointed. Bellamy obviously had that very well publicised attempt to take over Burnley, which didn't happen. So now it's Chow. Chow put the keeper under pressure then. Um, Hornacek's been lively. I've liked Hornacek, to be fair. He looks calm. He looks calm. Yeah, so there's a bit of the Welsh fans haven't forgotten that Bellamy tried to go to Burnley. And the big news right now for Wales is that we've changed to Pseudo, I think it is, the kit manufacturer, and the shirts they've released are pretty dire. I don't know what they're charging, but if they're charging 80 quid for that home shirt, it better be bloody good in real life. And if you get a chance, have a look at it, and have a look at the away shirt. Good God, it's disgusting. It's like something from the 80s. Have a look at it. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of outrage right now amongst Welsh fans with that. Parmesan says banging your shin on the table leaves you hobbling. Yeah, so imagine if you've had someone studs up, jumping in at your shin. I banged my shin on the flipping bar of my desk earlier. So Mavis Smith says Elanga, according to Keith Downey. Oh, is it Downey who broke the news that he's walking around them? Okay, great. That's good news. And Bale's a golfer. Yeah, he's entered some competitions. I don't know how often he plays, Karen Bryant, but I think he is registered as a professional golfer now. But he's busy. He's trying to buy a football club. He's got a consortium. I don't know who's in it. He did try to get Cardiff City, but Vincent Tan wouldn't sell. So he's looking to get back into football, but I just don't know where it's going to be. He's going to get. I think he will get an EFL club at some point. So we've been much better in the second half. We're attacking the wings, but we're still trying to put those through balls down the middle as well. We're seeing a bit more variety to the play, which I cheered Geisler. This is what he's about. So that's not everything goes out to the wing, but they will do to the middle as well. So yeah, we're seeing a little bit of that in the second half, which we didn't in the first half. So I imagine Geisler's had a word. Oh, Baltamada just really done Miley dirty there, but he has got back. Don't know where I left. I don't know who's playing it. Yeah, still on. Yeah, it must be. Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe if you want to follow someone who, as you know from me, is not just going to sit here and try and get highlights that go viral or bitching about the team and stuff. We're Newcastle United, man, good or bad, and let's be grown-ups. Let's talk about football in a way that doesn't have to be heated and hot. Um, Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. By the way, I've gone up on 20 subscribers today, so I'm really grateful. Oh crap! Yeah, scoreboard update is needed. I was so busy celebrating Midland and Stephen that I forgot all about it. So If you could see the screen that I have to use to try and make these changes, you would forgive me for the for it. Where are we? Scores, yeah. Joelinton is coming on shortly. Good catch from Hornacek then. 1-1. Quite right. Thank you for that, Midlander Stephen. You've saved my blushes there. Um, haven't I seen you on Evermore before? I don't know. No, I don't know what Evermore is. Enlighten me. Sorry to keep out there. Yeah, it was 1 to Valencia. My scoreboard was not updated. It's 1-1. I haven't had this scoreboard before. I didn't have it last time, and I have to update it manually. So that was thankfully Midlander Stephen saved me. But Joe Linton is getting ready to come on the pitch. I wonder who that'll be for. Potentially for Ramsey, I guess. Unless they're going to take Voldemar off and push Ramsey higher up. Torre has been a little quieter in the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but he started really bright. Torre is going to be really good for us. I'm guessing from the way he's coming crossing on his left that he's left-footed, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, Botman is trying to pin in the attacker there. Oh, so Canberra, no, I haven't been on there. I'm hoping I can link up with some of these channels, though. You know, I've thought about engaging with some and maybe doing some joint something about launch. I used to do loads of podcasts unrelated to Newcastle, but I've thought about doing some podcasting as well. But realistically, I need, some other voices on there for that. But I want to be careful not to connect myself unwittingly with people um, who are the ones who are just saying stuff for engagement and trying to like that's just not me. So I want to make sure I don't end connecting myself and doing joint work with people who aren't like that right now. I really want to sort of find my place in how I'm trying to approach this whole thing, and then hopefully I can go on there and I can just be the level-headed one whilst they're all ranting, raving, calling Bruno the biggest disgrace to mankind. And wow, Torre's going. Oh, Torre, lovely last-ditch tackle from Valencia player. Torre almost had him done though. He's rolling around now. Midland Stephen says you're welcome. I like how polite you are. I can be, particularly at 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night. The Welsh rage has died down at this point. Ramsey's playing well. I'm a big Ramsey fan. Midland Stephen. I wondered if you were going to be a Villa fan actually. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of. Oh, let's see if we've got some numbers. So Willock coming on. Jolinton's coming on. Ramsey, Baltimore are off. Pivas is off. I don't know who the 35 is though. Coming on for him. Someone tell me in the comments. Yeah, I'm really happy with Ramsey. I thought second half of the season he played really, really well. So I think this is going to be a year for him. And I know you guys really liked him, and we're gutted to lose him. Torre's still down from that tackle. Oh Jesus, still down. He does not look good. Will not be a good start for us. He's going to be on the pitch for 20 minutes. Will Linton miss Bruno? Well, I think did everyone see? I don't know if it was real or not. I saw someone sharing it on Instagram where he said thank you for the last 4.5 years, but he said don't expect us to go nice on you when you rock up to St James's Park. Looks like Tory may have hurt his back or his arm, so just checking him out. Yeah, so I think Joe Linton will be fine without him. They'll see each other. I think the players can fly and see each other and all that, can't they, as well? So I think they're good mates, but they'll be fine. I'd love it if Voldemar could put on some weight, if he can stiff arm through the defenders. Yeah, he's a bit lightweight for someone his size, isn't he? That's quite a frustrating thing with Voltamada. He should be stronger. Chris Mark on Evermore are top guys, both engaging. I'll have to remember that one. Ping and oh, I wasn't Ping, sorry, Kevin, and reach out to them maybe once I've Sort myself out. Yeah. Oh, who's just lost that ball? Sean Sturt has just lost it. We're under pressure. Oh my gosh, the ball through from Valencia. Luckily behind the Valencia attacker, and we got back quickly. It's been a bit sloppy there, Sean Sturt. That came from you, mate. My one to watch, and I am watching. Don't do that again. Charlton came on, ping. Okay, thank you very much for clarifying that. And Palmer's mum says, I'll be gutted if those rumours are true. It doesn't seem like those rumours are true, Palmer's mum. I think, was it Craig Hope who broke that? I think a little bit of stir in the pot, so to speak, with that one. Because Joe Linton, from what everyone's saying at the training this week, Joe Linton's more than happy where we are. And it did seem a bit weird that he said he wanted to leave for Saudi, but no bids came from Saudi. Like, football doesn't work like that now. He would have known a bid was coming otherwise. So in my mind, there was a little bit of stirring going on there, just to try and make it seem like uh, not to the death that Craig in Craig Hope's interests to get more clicks through drama, but I do think that's a load of nonsense. I don't think we can get rid of him now anyway. I think we need the leadership, unless we sign some players first. But Mum says they seem to stir the Newcastle pot more than any other. Quite right. Yes, they do. I think the problem is the Newcastle fans just engage with it all. So we engage with it all, and they make money off that. They click the ads on YouTube, the clicks, clicking through and everything on Twitter. They get money from it. They all do, and they know Newcastle fans. They rile us up. Newcastle fans are passionate and are very defensive, so they know they're going to get money off us. So that's how they make their income. So they do stir the pot with us more than any other. Kemba, I'll tell you what. I don't know about you, but when Voldemar stepped up for that penalty for Germany, I knew he was going to miss it. Just knew it. So Valencia are breaking through. Big Joe with Big Joe being strong there. With 56 coming on for Newcastle. Howard coming off. Didn't see you got the armband, but too busy trying to mark my substitutions on your screen for your. I think Botman's still on. That's the only one still on the pitch actually. But Craig Hope is the guy who thought Bellingham should stay at home. Yeah, Craig Hope is quite right. I wonder if Charlton is related anyway to Bobby and Jack. That'd be nice. Quite a common name though, so don't know. Who took the captain's armband? Did anyone see? Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm missing a sub somewhere. Didn't see who came on last. Ah, Johnson. There you go. Ping, You're my little saviour. Not familiar with Charlton or Johnson, actually. What's the background on these two? These two kids. Yeah, break, Valencia. Yeah, the Bobby and Jack Charlton link with Newcastle is particularly Jack. Then have come into a bit more. We haven't really pressed too much for the last 5 minutes. So I'd say did Torre come off, but no, he's still there. Valencia are getting a couple of shots away now, which a horn trick with the quick kick. I like that. Basically, so Hornacek was got down to his right, picked the ball up, didn't wait for anyone to get out. He just went along, and Torre was Torre Whistler up there waiting. Might well have been Torre. Oh, we are. The only thing I'll say, which has worried me a little bit in the second half, is that we are looking. We're on the break ourselves now. Here we go. It's 2-on-1. Oh, Whistler's a great ball to Torre. He's onside. Oh, he's played. He's Whistler's in. It's 2-1. Get in. No offside. Get in. Torre could have got that goal. Could have got that goal himself, but very unselfishly played the pass. Sorry, my light went off just then. There we go. We're back in action. He's onside. They're showing it now. What a goal! Lovely goal. 2-1. I will sort my light out in a minute, guys, as well for you. Maybe we'll be all right actually. 2-1 no for Newcastle. Right. Deserved as well, guys. We have been a better team today. 2-1 Newcastle. Get in. I'm going to stay in the dark, though. I probably do need to put some light on. Let's get some light on in this room. Hang on. Bear with me 1 second. I will be right back. They're just taking a hydration break, so this will be like my little hydration break as well. Back. There we go. A bit brighter in the room now. It's a Christian rescue light. Well, it's a brand new light actually that I bought because my normal light was just a bit of a nightmare at my desk. So I bought a new one that apparently is meant to last for ages, but it's not even lasted 2 hours. This one. So we'll use this. We're on natural lighting now. I'll have to have a look at at that light another time. But as long as you can all see me okay, then we're good to go. 2 goals for Wissa. Yeah, it absolutely was a good start for him. Don't know do you know what? I don't know. Wissa might have been offside. I need to see it again. I missed it then. But basically, the ball Torre played to Wissa, I'm hoping. Well, it doesn't matter because there's no VAR. But when Torre, rather than taking the shot himself, which I think he would have scored, he made the pass instead. And I do think Wissa could have been offside on that. But yes, 2-1. That's 2 goals for Wissa. Well deserved as well for us. We've been a better team. Um, don't get me wrong, Valencia have been dangerous, and we've been caught out a bit at the back. If this was the Premier League, then we'd be potentially be in a bit of trouble. But as it stands, I don't even know who's wearing the captain's armband now. So it is 2 goals for Wissa. I was going to have a little fancy 2 goal graphic, but I didn't get them ready. I got them ready. But I didn't put one for today. But yeah, Wissa's on 2 goals. So how messy does that look on your screen, guys? I'm new playing with all this today, but I'll take any feedback I can for the overlays and stuff on the screen, so that it becomes a useful thing for you. And the clock I've tried to do. Oh, that's going to take a bit more time, the match clock, but hopefully you're getting what you want from it. Palmer's mum says, I want one on hot days. They need to be agreed on at the start of each time. Yeah, hydration breaks. Quarters, the quarters in football doesn't work at all. Do you notice, right, that first one, for example, so many goals in football get scored between the 20th and 30th minutes, maybe in the middle of that, and yet that hydration break was always coming just after a goal or just when a team was on the top and going to push. That was the worst time to take a break and a forced 3 minute break, because it killed the game, because that's such an exciting part of a football game. We know it because how many times did we start strong last season, the first 20 minutes, then concede within the 20 to 30 minutes when the other team finally got on top, with 2 goals against us from Bristol City from that last week. So yeah, 2 goals for Worcester though. It's weird hearing Miley's name mentioned when not Lewis. Worcester's got they're really trying these through balls. Murphy almost fed in. We are pushing for a third. Worcester it's all gone through him in this second half. Although he's literally just gone through the Valencia player and given away a free kick. What was my favourite game of the World Cup? For England, then yeah, it would have been that Mexico game, even though I was knackered. My son stayed awake though. We woke him up to watch it, and yeah, it was probably that game. The Argentina game, until we decided to sit back for no reason. Um, it was like watching an Eddie Howe game. This is why it was so hilarious to me that as soon as they got knocked out, even after that, everyone was like, "Oh, we need Eddie Howe." Why are we having Tuchel? Get Eddie Howe in. It's like Tuchel did exactly what Eddie Howe does as a manager, and knowing that Eddie's apparently not in a great place right now, um, judging from the interviews with Hopkinson, I almost don't want Eddie to take the England job, because I just worry the media will be out for him, fans will be out for him. I just don't know if Eddie's built for that, to be honest. But do the 11 with formation. Yeah, so my initial graphics I had knocked up for early in the season, Ping, I did used to use that, but I didn't always have it ready in time for the start of matches. I don't actually know what formations we're playing right now, to be honest, but certainly useful feedback to have on. Thank you very much, and I'll take that on board. Might be a longer term thing I'd have to look at. How would be worse for England, says Kevin Pryor. Definitely. He's not. Yeah, I mean, he is going to be an England manager one day, I think, but yeah, he would not be. I mean, he's going to be the obvious choice, right? When Tuchel goes. I always said that when England didn't interview Howe before Tuchel came in. So I always said that he will be an England manager. Didn't have to rush to it. So he will get the job one day, because he's the only decent English manager at high level. But those people who were furious at Tuchel, Jesus Christ, I mean, he didn't do anything Eddie wouldn't have done in the Argentina game. To be honest, we attacked longer in that game against Argentina than we would have if it was an Eddie Howe team. We would have just had a dominant 20 minutes, and that would have been it. And yeah, Tuchel did get to third place. You're quite right, Kevin Pryor. Wissa will feel really good off the back of this. I think it's a big season for Wissa. And to be honest, guys, I know we're playing against 10 men, but it's pre-season. The boys are knackered anyway. This is very different playing against a team in 10 men in pre-season when you've been doing double sessions and all that stuff, and the new manager trying to impress. Loads of running they've been doing. So this isn't, playing against 10 men. I don't think everyone should say, oh, we should win. We were 1-0 down at the end of the day. Valencia could have camped out, but we've pulled it back. We are in the 84th, about getting to the 85th minute of the game, so there's not long left. We've done enough. Tell you what, if that Torre goal, if the pass was offside, then I'll consider it karma for Langa's goal being wrongfully disallowed. Um, Comments saying I think Lampard's a better manager. Lampard's another future England manager, isn't he? As long as he doesn't destroy himself with relegations and moving around too much. He's had a lot of jobs already. I don't know enough about Coventry, unfortunately. It doesn't look like they're making lots of signings out, is it? I would be worried. Like I'd be worried if I was a Coventry supporter going into the new season. Oh, they are trying these through balls. Sturgis. If we just finally got a corner. If we just finally got a corner, we have. There we go. Finally got one. See, we're pressing the defenders and they're making mistakes. That's where the first goal came from. We just got a corner from it. Um, this is why you press in football. You press. That's why you do it. Is to let them make mistakes, get that ball off them, and it's what we stopped doing for the last like 2 or 3 years. So it's nice to see it today. Kevin Rice is in pre-season; they shouldn't be tired. It's actually that's a misconception, actually, Kevin. Pre-season, you're actually probably more tired than ever because you're doing so much work on the training pitch with in regards to conditioning and fitness that it's different to many a year ago when they would just be running like half marathons all the time. But it's a lot and lot of physical work in pre-season that you don't do in the season. Jonathan, the news on Alanga, which apparently was broken by Keith Downey on X corner, has just been punched over by the keeper. Is that Alanga is walking around? So the stretcher was actually just to be cautious. Whoever it was that helped me with that earlier. Ball come to Murphy. Torres on the edge of the box. I can't get a shot away. Stoya, Stoya, I need to say his name properly. Oh, Murphy's just tried another one of those back heels that he tried against Gateshead, and he's knocked it against his own freaking foot. And now Valencia on the attack. And Murphy's now fouled him, got back over, fouled him. Did get back, to be fair, and got a yellow card. Jesus Christ. Boy, it's been exciting. Very Parmesan. I don't know if you're laughing at I claimed I wouldn't have any meltdowns, but I have just had one over Jacob Murphy. I want to check out of his area, but proper cleaned up for us then. Jacob Murphy on a yellow card, which you can't see his name now on the bench. There we go. 2-1. Newcastle feeling good. Will Alanga be okay for next Saturday? Newcastle play home. Don't know. We'll see what the ISA says. I mean, if he's got a real bruised shin, then I would think he's probably a no for Everton. But I would like to think they will try and at least get him some minutes next weekend. Is it next weekend the game's at St James's Park? So they'll probably want him to be playing again then. Palmer's laughing at me. Oh, Jorge's through. Is the flag going up? No, it hasn't. So those runs in from Torre behind, those are a weapon, man. If we can get Palmer's actually loved Murphy. You wouldn't if you'd seen that back heel. If you'd seen the one that he did at Gateshead, or he did it on the wing, he's just done it again, but a little further towards the edge of the box. All you have to do is turn and pass. I don't think Geisler will accept that kind of stuff, you know. Palmer's, would you be getting kicked out of the stadium if you were there seeing some of this stuff live? Oh, Sturt tried a shot from a good 25, 30 yards out then. It got blocked straight away, but I'd just like to see that though. We don't do enough of that. Jonathan asks what my name is. My name is Kyle. Call me Kai if it's easier. KY though, not the KAI spelling. I want to check being able to actually clean up nicely as a super keeper is a nice change for us. He's been good. Torre trying to make his runs again. So we're into 3 minutes of added time. My only worry how long it's going to take us to get used at the back to the new goalkeepers and back line. That's my only concern. I'm assuming Botman's still on the pitch. It looks like he is from what I can see. What's funny is that although we've got our 2 goals in the second half, I probably would have said our more obvious, our more obvious attempts probably were in the first half. As we get towards the end of the game, guys, which it will end in about 2 minutes, um, please like the video if you've been with us for it, if you haven't already, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. I won't be doing these kind of watch-alongs all the time. I do like to watch the game as well and enjoy my commentary. Oh, Torres just burst through him, ball across the box. Jacob Murphy came diving in at the back post and he skied it. Torre did all the work. What a ball! And Jacob Murphy just had to keep it down. He just had to keep it down. Ah, should be 3. Should have been a third. Van Burnley back in the team next Saturday. Well, he should be back with us. I imagine when they get back to Newcastle, won't he? Training, so he'll have to get some minutes. I don't know if Dan Burn's going to fit into this team the way Eisler wants to play. Palmer's mum, yeah, or Murph. Palmer's mum. This would be the one where you'd be kicking off in the raging in the stadium if you were there for that. What do I think with the links with Haj Musa? I don't. To be honest, I've seen it all. I'm not familiar with him too much. I've seen all the links, and I try and we're linked to so many players. I try not to pay too much attention to it. But I feel like if it was going to have happened, it probably would happen by now, wouldn't it? But I know that the fan base seem very excited by it. So maybe that'll be the one that'll get them back on side. So last 30 seconds again. Subscribe, like video. I will stick around after just to do a quick recap of the game. So don't need to rush off. But thank you very much to everyone who has watched. But this will probably be the last attempt at the game. A good header, good clearance. It's a goal kick. No, he's giving a goal kick. Yeah, that'll be it. Burn Courtable says Murphy doing Murphy things. Yeah, well he has today. He's done another failed back heel that was actually worse than the one he did at Gateshead. I think the whistle's gone. Yeah, the whistle's gone. That's it. It is full time. Game over. So Newcastle win this game 2-1. They came back from 1-0 down in this game, and Alanga went off on a stretcher, and a Valencia player was sent off for the tackle. And then it was 1-0 at half time, and we come back in the second half. Worcester scored in the 51st and the 76th minute. First goal, it basically pounced on a defensive error and Meg, the keeper, when you put it away. Yeister's not smiling. He's not smiling, but he's just shook hands. And the second goal was a great breakaway, 2v1. I think I have to see that. I've not seen the angles properly. It did look like Torre made a pass to Wissa when it was 2-1 the keeper, with Wissa being offside. I might be wrong on that. I haven't seen it. But Torre could have probably scored himself. But good for him to get an assist. And Wissa to get 2 goals is great. Elanga had a goal disallowed in the first half, which I think he was onside for, and it should have counted. And Elanga looked really bright early on. Bamber's has shown him then, does not smile from the looks of it. So I wonder if he scores a goal if he smiles then. But yeah, that is full time. So 2-1. We got our first proper win of pre-season. I know we won that game against Darlington 3-0 behind closed doors, but this is our first proper win. We've gone away, we've gone to Valencia, hostile environment, and we've won the game. Won the game of football. That's great. That's a great result for us. And this is a team that need to get used to winning games of football again, and that's a good start for us with a new manager, first game. And you could see little bits we were trying to do that must have come from Eisler. There's some of these through balls, just quick through balls through the middle with Sharp, getting down the wings, getting the crosses in. Torre looks good. Really happy with Torre in the second half when he came on. He's quick. He's quick. And you know what? One thing I'm noticing just in that 45 minutes is he's not waiting for the perfect moment to put that cross in. And actually, that makes the cross better because he's not giving the defence a chance to get into positions for it. So he's playing the cross earlier from further back the pitch. He's not trying to get right down the byline and getting towards the I guess in line with the 6 yards out. He's not doing that. He's playing the cross from outside the box from down the left. And to be honest, Murphy should have scored in injury time from that as well, but he missed it. Jonathan says, hope Newcastle get some more players in before next Saturday. Listen, we don't know where we are, right? But I would like to think we would. I'd like to think there's 2 signings coming before next weekend. Maybe we'll have one before the Everton game. That's on Wednesday, right? Kicks off like what, 5:15? I might be here for this on Wednesday. I work until 5, so it might just be a game I decide to put on the TV and enjoy it. But that'll be an interesting game for us. Again, you can't read a whole lot into playing against English teams in pre-season because pre-season games are pre-season games. You make lots of subs. Botman had the oh no, that's the black armband for Keegan, isn't it? I wonder if that's what the whole tribute was at the start of the game. Maybe that was for Keegan. I wonder. Will Hall stay at Newcastle? Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in that. And my worry with Hall would be next season because the way these UEFA rules work, I think with this 3-year stranglehold they have on us now, is that I think we have to. We haven't got like a 3-year rolling period and stuff now. We have to be able to. Um, we have to each year show that we're receiving transfer fees before we can spend. I think, as I understand it. So if we want to spend any big money next summer, I think we're going to have to make big sales. So ideally, we wouldn't have done them all this year. Bruno would have gone next year for our books. I think that would have been better, but we'll have to deal with it when we can. Um, Jonathan asking what channel is the Everton game versus Newcastle? Not sure. I know it's on NewcastleUnited.com. I don't know if it's on TV. You'd like to think someone got it, wouldn't you? It's like it's being played at Murrayfield, isn't it? So it's a big stadium. So yeah, you'd like to think it's going to be on TV somewhere. Pardon me, I'm yawning. It's late. 10 o'clock, man. I'm an old man these days. Um, yeah, the game. What did I see in the game that made me feel confident? I thought we were very quick with our attacking. There wasn't. Listen, I'm not here to criticize Eddie Howe, but there was definitely a. We were too passive sometimes, passing the ball back and forth too often. Have we just won something? We have. We just won a trophy. Ciao. Oh, he's putting the armband back on. There we go. Matthias Jaisler's first game as manager. We seem to have won the bat symbol as a trophy. The Batman symbol. I think it's the top of the. So basically, if you look at the Valencia badge, whatever that symbol is at the top, the black bit, this is a trophy like that. And we've just won a trophy. So here we go. Love this. Lift it up. Chaus is posing with it for a photo. Lift that trophy in the air. Look at that. Matthias Jaisler's trophy winning mags. First game. And Bruno left to win trophies. We just won a freaking trophy in the first day. I mean, a preseason trophy. A lot of them have that, don't they? It literally looks like the Batman symbol. I love that. Wissa making a big deal of it. Um, Social media team getting the pictures. That's great. So you should see some nice winning team winning photo on social media soon of them with a trophy. Um, yeah, what I saw was sorry, what I was trying to say is that I think with Eddie Howe, we were passing it around too much, sideways, backwards a bit. We looked a lot more direct in this game today already, and that's without our, without our players having had much of a rest this week. What with training, not much time with the manager. I think that we we performed really well, all things considered. You could see little things coming through from Geisler that maybe weren't there a week and a half ago against Bristol City already. So that's a good sign for us. But again, this is just about fitness levels right now. But yeah, I saw enough there. What worried me, we gave the ball away in silly positions sometimes. And if we're going to play this quick transition football, we cannot give the ball away and get the whole team caught out. We'll get murdered in the Premier League with that. So that'll be a worry. Baltimore did it a few times. Murphy did it at least once. So that would be my concern. And Botman just looks like he's going to be our top goal scorer, but it looks like it's all going to be on goals. Um, he should have had 2 on goals in this game. It's a mystery that he didn't. And driven past says, "Congratulations, Newcastle, proving them wrong, eh?" Yeah, I mean it's only pre-season, but came out from 1-0 down. I know it's against 10 men, but it takes a lot. You've got some tired legs after a week of training, and new manager, a lot going on. Lost your captain today. I know for them they lost him a few days ago, really, um, but that's a really good outcome for us. Don't forget, guys, to hit the like and subscribe button wherever it is on your page. I don't know how to add it to my overlays, so I have to find it. But really grateful if you could like it. I'm on over 6,000 views for this video, so that's fantastic for us, for me. So yeah, hit that subscribe. Join me on this journey that I'm on. There's loads of people who just want to say stuff and rage and all that stuff because that's what gets engagement. That's how they're going to make money out of this whole thing. I'm not here to make a career. I've got a career. I'm happy with what I'm doing. But it would be great to have people join me on the way as I try to grow this channel and become a level-headed supporter who is not going to be overreacting to everything. And maybe sometimes, if excitement gets ahead of me, then I will maybe I'll let the veil open up and you'll see the real excited me. But yeah, I think we got a good season ahead of us on this channel. And I think in general, go back and watch some of my videos. Took a lot of time to edit bloody things, so appreciate if you watch them. And I will be doing more of these watch-alongs, certainly through pre-season. I don't know about the Everton game, as I said a few moments ago. Might not be able to do one on that one, but I will be doing potentially at least one of the games next weekend on here, and the Liverpool game I might do as well, just because it's on TV, isn't it? So I might do a watch along on that one. Tottenham one, I'm actually in Birmingham, so if I get to watch that one, it'll be lucky. So I'll have to find a pub that's showing it, or hopefully the hotel showing it. But yeah, it's been a great game, guys. I think that I don't know the stats, I haven't looked at them, but we had a lot of shots. Horncheck was actually a real big positive for me as well. He was confident. A few miscommunications with Botman in the first half, but he was confident coming out and claiming the ball. And I think we should be um, really confident in what he's going to do for us as he settles into the team. I thought Chow played really well as our captain today. Botman put the armband back on him for the trophy. So I have a feeling that maybe it is Chow. Maybe Chow is going to be the captain going forward. Bamba, I think Bamba's first game in pre-season, right? So it, it showed. Um, could have been better. And then Ramsey was pretty slick in his games. Barnes didn't do a whole lot, I didn't think, really. Asula should have scored. He hit the side net in. Asula just didn't. He wasn't a nuisance in the way that Wissa was. Valencia couldn't cope with Wissa just being all over him. He was everywhere in that second half, and they couldn't cope with it. Whereas Asula, the amount of balls that went in, Asula just wasn't attacking the front post. He was always waiting for it's like he was waiting for a floating ball, but he needs to be attacking the front post because all these crosses are coming in lower, and the keeper was able to get to it every time. So Asula, if he'd scored that opportunity, I'd be saying differently. But I think Asula will be disappointed because where Wissa took his opportunity, I don't think Asula did. Voltemada showed some nice attacking moments. He got back. He was running and getting back for his defensive responsibilities, but he did put us under a bit of pressure with some of his passing around. I do think him and Ramsey should have closed down the goal. In hindsight, it doesn't matter now because we've won the game. Um, but yeah, they're basically the things that Voldemort frustrated us with last year. He did today as well. And then obviously Elanga was our best player until he went off on a stretcher. But all reports are that he's fine. The subs came on a bit quieter. What I would say for me, what are my bright moments in this game? I really like Hornacek in goal. I look forward to seeing more of him. I thought Elanga looked really, really good. I thought Wissa is our starting number 9 from what I just saw today, and without being, worrying, like overreacting straight away. But finally, Jorge. I thought Jorge he was very, very good. First game for us in pre-season, and I thought that he was quick. He's building relationships already. I loved his crossing. Torre is going to be the one who you're going to have other clubs coming in for in a few years. Immediately could see that straight away. But I think that it's been a good game for us though. But for anyone who's not sure how it all went, we were 1-0 down to Valencia after the first 4 minutes. Valencia's goal was fantastic. We should have closed them down more, but the goal outside the box killed it in like a screamer. But we came back in the second half with 2 goals from Johan Wissa, which has followed a red card in the first half of Valencia for a studs up, out of control tackle on Elanga that sent Elanga off on a stretcher. But we've come back, we've won the game. Matthias Geisler has won his first game as manager of Newcastle United, even though it's a pre-season game, it still counts. So he's won his first game, and now it's about getting the boys back over to the UK, get them training at the Knox, and start working ahead towards the Everton game. The final pre-season games next week, and then in 2 weeks' time, 15 days, Liverpool. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Join me next time.